You know that feeling. I know you do. A difficult conversation, a mountain of paperwork, an overdue apology. You know it needs to be done. You can see how much better life will be on the other side. And yet, you do not move. You sit. You stare. You find other small, meaningless things to do instead. The body feels heavy. The will feels thin. Why does the brain stop us right at the door of action? This isn't a failure of character. It's not laziness. Not really. It's a puzzle as old as time. A private battle in quiet moments. The student who can't start. The patient who can't call. The parent who can't face the mess. Each knows the cost of inaction. The weight grows with every hour. Still, something holds them back, like an invisible chain bolted to the floor. Imagine it like this. You're at the bottom of a hill. At the top, peace of mind, a finished project, a healthier body. You can see it clearly. But a heavy iron gate blocks the path. Not because the task is impossible or the reward isn't worth it. The gate is simply there. The question is, will you take the first step? Now, what if scientists have found that gate? Not in a field, but inside the brain. A team in Kyoto says they've located a tiny circuit that acts like a brake, a motivation brake. It slows us down, especially when tasks feel unpleasant. It can slam shut even when the reward is worth it. And they didn't just find it. They found a way to release it. Okay. The scientists behind this discovery are from Kyoto University. Their work, published January 10, 2026, zeroes in on this mysterious brake. Led by Dr. Kenichi Amamori, they asked, what happens inside the brain at the exact moment we choose to act, or not, especially when the action feels unpleasant? They suspected it isn't a simple on-off switch, but a delicate conversation between parts of the brain, two neighboring offices that negotiate our next move. Office 1, the ventral striatum, VS. It appraises value, gets excited about potential rewards. Office 2, the ventral pallidum, VP. It receives the message and helps turn excitement into action. The VS to VP pathway is the memo that matters. The team believe this line is exactly where the brake gets applied. When a task is both rewarding and unpleasant, VS tallies pros and cons, then signals VP. If that signal is weak or reads as a stop sign, we freeze. The motivation engine stalls. The gate stays shut. To test it, they had to listen to that conversation and gently change its volume. Turn down the stop signal and see what happens. They worked with macaque monkeys, close cousins in decision circuitry, so they could watch a living mind approach the line between doing and not doing. They observe the tiny shifts that decide whether an action begins or gets abandoned. Yeah. The experiment was elegant. They trained 2 macaques to work at a screen. Each trial could be started or skipped. 2 types of trials. First, the easy one. Press the button, get a sip of water. Simple action, simple reward. Who wouldn't? Second, a cost-benefit. Start the trial, still get water. But there's a brief, unpleasant puff of air to the face. Not painful. Annoying. Now the choice becomes real. Is the water worth the puff? Just like us. Clean kitchen versus effort. Exercise versus discomfort. With advanced monitoring, they watched the brain. The VS to VP pathway lit up, especially when the air puff loomed. When a monkey became less willing to start, VP activity fell, as if the VP were receiving a holdback signal from the VS. The brake was on. The monkey knew the water was there, but the will to endure the nuisance wasn't enough to get moving. Then came the breakthrough. Using chemogenetics, the team temporarily and precisely weakened the specific connection, the communication channel, between VS and VP, like turning down one phone line without touching any others. They muffled the stop signal. Now the ultimate question. If we release the brake, what happens to the will to act? With the brake loosened, they ran it again. The results were immediate. The monkeys changed. On the unpleasant trials, they started. No hesitation. Press. Puff. Water. Done. The gate that was closed swung open. The small negative no longer held them back. But here's the subtlety. Did weakening the brake change how the task felt? Did the puff feel better? Was the water tastier? No. Judgment of reward and punishment didn't change. What changed was the step between knowing and doing. The brake didn't alter the hill or the prize. It controlled the little gate at the bottom. Before, knowledge sometimes got stuck at the gate. After, knowledge flowed into action. Motivation isn't just wanting, it's the capacity to initiate. This separates valuing from doing. You can understand what's good for you and still not take the first step. The problem isn't bad math, it's mechanical. A specific pathway can stop the whole process. A biological explanation for being stuck, feeling like your own worst enemy. The implications are huge, especially for mental health. In major depression and schizophrenia, severe loss of motivation, avolition, steals daily life. Getting out of bed, eating, working, connecting, crushed by a brain that won't let you start. This study points to the ventral pallidum as a hub. If an overactive brake is part of the problem, new treatments could target this circuit. Maybe medicines that gently ease the pressure. In severe cases, even deep brain stimulation to recalibrate and restore the ability to act on intentions. But power needs prudence. The brake exists to protect us from foolish bets, dangerous stunts, blind leaps. Dr. Amamori warns, weaken it too much and you risk impulsive, reckless behavior. Balance is everything. Too tight, apathy and stagnation. Too loose, self-destruction. This isn't an on switch, it's a delicate dial. We have to be careful. So what does this mean today? This precise two-monkey experiment teaches a deeply human lesson. The struggle to start is real and may live in our wiring. Be kinder to yourself and others when you see that gap between knowing and doing. It isn't always willpower. Sometimes the gate is rusted. The fix isn't forcing it. It's making the task less unpleasant. Lower stress. Offer encouragement. Break tasks into tiny steps. Go with a friend. Help prioritize. Tackle it together. These gently release the brake. Motivation isn't just internal. It's a fragile bridge we often cross with help. This discovery brings hope and caution. If you freeze today, remember the monkeys, the air puff, the gate. Be kind. Your brain may be protecting you. Maybe you don't need more willpower. Just a smaller first step or a helping hand to take it.